Hello, everyone. I wanted to talk to you today about coconut oil. It has so many benefits. I know there's always contradicting statements. Some people like it, some people don't. I personally use coconut oil for everything, and I wanted to show you one of the things that I use it for that it is amazing in, and that is to remove makeup. A couple years back, I had been using Aveeno body wash. I mean, not body wash, but facial wash, and a few other different things. Sometimes I would use the wipes first, wipe it off, then cleanse it, then toner. And I live out in the desert, so now I have very dry skin being out here. So one of the best ways that I can keep it hydrated is by using coconut oil. I found this huge jar. I've never even seen a jar this big. And I think it was um, Sam's Club maybe or Smart and Final. But normally I get like the smaller jars, and I kind of go through them fast because I use them to make my oils for hair, and I also use them for cooking. I use it for body oil, whatever you can think of, dry skin immediately after I get out the shower. So I wanted to show you my cleansing routine. So I took some coconut oil out of my gigantic jar already, and I keep it in a little plastic container. Normally, even though I broke this container, I've been using it to whiten my teeth also. So I mix my coconut oil with baking soda and make it kind of pasty where it's not too much baking soda, and it's not runny coconut oil. So, as you know, the coconut oil changes from solid to liquid. So, depending on what form it's in, determines how much coconut oil I'm going to use. But for my face, here's what I do. So, I take some out and I put it on my hand, about that much. Rub it together. Now, warning, warning, I might not be able to see after this, so I'll try and actually do my eyes last. But I make sure that I coat my entire face, lips included. You know, we all get those dry, well, not everybody, but I'll speak for myself, get dry, chapped lips, and more so since I live in this dry climate. So, I like to get my neck area, lips, nose, and then for my eyes, because I'm wearing mascara, I go over it, making sure that I'm really into the lashes to get out any mascara. I probably look like a raccoon after this, but I wasn't doing this to try to get a date. um, so this is funny, but I'm gonna share it with you anyway. I know. I promise you, after I look like a raccoon, it's gonna be worth it. And I'm gonna use warm water to wipe all of this off. But in the meantime, I like to make sure that I really get this mascara off. I told you I can't see. I'm assuming I'm still on camera. It doesn't burn your eyes, because that was the problem for me with a lot of cleansers. They burn my eyes, and so I didn't end up getting all the makeup off like I should have, and and it dried my skin out a lot. And like I said, being out here in the desert is no joke. At the summertime right now, it's very dry heat, and it's like 103 degrees every day. And that is just not good on your skin. And your skin needs the nourishment. I like to minimize, if I can, the toxics that I am putting into my body. That was a little close, huh? The toxics that I'm rinsing this towel. 1 second. that I put into my body by any means I can, because I know I'm not strict on anything. Like, I am vegetarian, so I try to limit, you know, dairy and just a lot of other things. Meat for sure I don't eat, not even fish. And I know fish has a lot of benefits, but the longer I didn't eat it, I just didn't miss it. It's everybody's preference. But anyway, I'm off subject. Back to me and my oily face. Um, so I use a face towel with warm water, and I take it and place it over my face for a few. You can do it longer, but I try and dab around like the problem areas where I'd have the most makeup build up, and that is for me my mascara. So then I kind of wipe from side to side. Try not to wipe too hard, but look how clean that is in one swoop. Now I do go over it again, and I also use toner afterwards. And I'm showing you my morning routine. So just to make sure I get it off, I go under, around, and make sure to get the hair long. See? All of it. So now, what I want to show you is the toner I use. Sometimes, well, most of the time, I use toner, or I'll just do rose water. Like, well, I just buy the rose oil. I know a lot of DIYs say they actually get a rose and do a bunch of stuff to it. I haven't quite made it there yet, but I do buy the rose water oil, and I put it in a little spray container. You know how they have the travel size containers? So I take the travel size containers, I fill it about almost halfway, maybe leave a fourth empty, and then I'll pour the rose water oil in there. Not a lot because it is very strong, but that is also a great toner when I'm trying to stick with oils. But because I have not made it to the store, my backup is always this. And this is not for people, I think, who have really dry skin. Like, mine is dry in certain areas, but because I have dry skin, like, I go over it. Look how much, it's only a little bit of residue left from the makeup. Like, and this is just like my follow-up, just to make sure that I did get everything. And you know, toner is just good for the skin to balance it out anyway. I had a slight breakout. I think a allergic reaction to maybe a new B12 that I started taking. Gives you a lot of energy, and it says that you can use it twice a day. Like, say if you need it afternoon pick me up, you can take it again. And so I did test that for a couple days, and I think that's what happened, why I had the breakout. So I kind of have a breakout around my face, so another reason I need to nurture my face.